This is Dungeon Not Included, the actual play podcast for the adventurous listener. You are listening to our game of Bulldogs, a sci-fi adventure RPG from Galileo Games. Brennan is your GM and host, Frank plays Sticky, Alex plays Graucom McGruff, and Red plays San Ming. Our theme music is by Seamus Ronan.
So, for people who haven't, because we didn't record that part for the podcast, we're not going to put it in the podcast, and because we didn't put it in the stream, for people who don't know, we just spent the last, 20 minutes reminding ourselves of what happened.
And yeah. We met at 7 o'clock. It is 7:27.
We did this 27 minutes ago, and I don't remember. So I will not be recapping.
I'll do it. It's fine.
Okay.
Previously on Dungeon Not Included, Sticky royally fucked up by plugging in the drive into our ship.
That was hurtful?
And Sticky basically killed Flappy. Now I'm done.
Yes, we're without a ship at all again in space, and we're looking to figure out the vast conspiracy that's destroying Malcolm and his bro Rex.
I did manage to fix it eventually.
Yeah, we did a full factory reboot, didn't we?
We sure did. Which means our star charts are gone.
Or bye-bye.
Oh, all our star charts you worked so hard for.
Yeah.
Well, we can still get we could try to Burger Brigade and get the messed up ones.
I think we should not do that.
Yeah.
Out. This is a good plan.
Yeah.
All right. So let's continue saving Graucom's friend's life.
Yes.
Graucom's too, for that matter.
Yes, and Graucom.
And me, I guess me. Not that if I remember correctly, Graucom doesn't remember correctly, so we don't know how exactly in danger Graucom is at the moment. Graucom would be very much in danger and has no idea. So we got to get to Dr. Sylvie Pepper to figure it out. Which means we have to get Dr. Pepper. That's right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We're coming up with the stupid names, huh?
Yeah. All right, so we are currently floating in space trying to get ourselves back on track, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So you have in fact done the factory reboot and everything, and your ship is now back online.
Do we know if the reboot erased our updated credentials?
Yeah, the transponder is a separate piece of hardware from your general ship system.
So that shit like this doesn't fuck up your transponder.
Yeah, seriously. All right. So, Sound, have you plugged in our coordinates again to get us back where was it going? Do we need to do another piloting check on that, I guess, to get us
back on track?
Yeah, aimed back at the galactic central point.
Brendan, should I do another piloting check?
Yes, you probably should.
That is a 3.
Okay.
I'm so excited because I've been playing a lot of PBTA and I just had a heart attack when you rolled a 3, and then I realized I'm not playing PBTA and a 3 is actually good. It's like, oh no, okay, hard choice coming up. Like, no.
I certainly hope that this episode never airs because it's just the get the dumbs out episode for everything we've done.
Mm-hmm. Starting with not being able to hear anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are on your way, and it's not a big problem.
Thankfully.
Well, these are very well known star lanes, so it's not hard for you to...
And I'm a good pilot. Thank you.
Sure, but you're
Wow.
following like a very well trodden path.
Wow.
Perfect.
Wow.
Good job, son. You got us back on track. That's around the head.
All right. So you managed to make your way into Galactic Central Point. And as you do, you slip into the stream of heavy traffic that goes in and out of the system. With your new transponder saying that you're the moist something.
Appetizing.
Okay,
Okay.
so off we go. Into the queue of traffic. As you're coming into the system, you have a choice. You can head to Info City first, or you can
Yeah,
go
that was going to be
looking
my.
for
I
Dr.
think
Pepper first.
I think
I
Graucom's going to
say-
cue in on a comm because I think that if we said correctly that Graucom and Rex are in what we call the puppy corner, which is the room that we've like locked away so that we're not on any screens as we go in.
Okay.
So as we get the message that we're approaching or that we're in, or after Don says, "Hey, we're in," Graucom's going to pipe up and say, "So we have to make a decision about which one we want to do first." There's the two options: go to Info City and do this, drop off this computer jump drive, and unleash whatever havoc we're going to be unleashing with that, as we saw last episode, or I guess not. He wouldn't know that's an episode, but whatever. Or we go and see Dr. Pepper first. My first instinct would be that if there's a chance that things are going to go wrong with Dr. Pepper, it would be good to have the other thing as a distraction. Like if whatever's going on at Info City is big enough, that might clear a lot of security out of where we're going. If we think security is going to be an issue. Granted, we got decent disguises, so it might not be, but it's just worth considering.
I figured that we should see Dr. Pepper first, because if we head to Info City, we're probably going to send up a lot more alarms to start with, and it'll be much harder to get to the doctor.
Fair enough. Stick, any idea?
You know what? Let's go with San's plan this time.
Sure.
Okay.
What? Me being on your side immediately made you question your own plan?
No, there's nothing wrong with my plan. I'm just saying.
You don't see it?
I think you are trying to make up for.
Oh, nothing. Let's go. All rockets ahead. Space is ours for exploring.
Yeah,
So I think that's going to be our plan. We are headed to Dr. Pepper. Would we know where to go to get to Dr. Pepper? Based on John Hackerman's
you
info?
know that she was on Stakes.
Okay.
Which is a planet of entertainment and casinos.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that she's working for one of the families that runs that planet.
So we should probably not rough her up. If at all possible, to get her to cooperate and not draw the attention of huge, very rich, probably dangerous people.
The people themselves are probably not huge.
You know, that's not what I meant.
Although if this is a setup for Brennan introducing a bunch of giants in the game.
I don't know. I can get to be 9 feet tall. Hopefully they're not bigger than that. And then they were bigger than that.
Right.
Because
now
I
know
said
how big
that.
to make them. So
Damn it. Foiled again.
Yeah, so the families that run stakes are generally Kenrig,
Hmm.
who are green-skinned humanoids.
Mhm.
This particular region of the planet is run by the Slightly family.
Are they very small? Is that why they're called slight?
Are you so obsessed with size these days?
We're going to a casino planet called Stakes. I don't think she's that far off in her questioning of this. Like, San is more than allowed to ask these questions in this case.
No, they are not small. They're normal sized,
Okay,
regular size.
good to know.
What are you going to do once you get there? You know she works for one of these families, not in the casino, but behind the scenes of the casino.
Would it be in the big casino building proper, though?
Yeah, because they do have offices in there.
All right. So then I would say that we should be let's park like we're going to go gamble. And most casinos have pretty large open parking spots and just like to let as many people in as possible. So why don't we just pretend that's what we're doing there? And I don't think we need to put up any credentials or come up with a good excuse. I'm sure everybody here is going for the same reason, which is to gamble.
Right. That's
Mhm.
generally what people do at this place.
So do we leave the boy something with the valet?
I figure that there are I guess it would be
It's
like
set up
a
like those.
parking lot.
It's set up actually like those ones in New York where they stick it into like a slot and then lower it down or raise it up.
Oh, cool.
Well, I don't think they have to do that because spaceships travel in 3 dimensions. So I think you could do it
They
on
do
your
have to
own.
store it. Yeah, you land it there and then your ship will descend down into the storage facility.
Well,
Love that.
this is another reason not to cause too much trouble because it's going to be very hard to get out without asking these nice people for help. So,
You notice at this point that Stick has not been paying attention.
Oh, yeah, just
Sticky?
now you noticed this?
Huh? Yeah?
Don't fuck shit up.
I didn't do anything yet.
And the yet is what worries me.
Graucom is
All right.
reassuring Rex that this is normal. This sort of banter. But no, they're always like that. No.
Rex is like, I've been around you for a little while. I kind of know what's going on.
I mean,
Far
at
as
this
these
point, you know
guys
what you're
go.
getting into.
That's right. The casino itself is extremely gaudy, even by casino standards. It's emblazoned in red and says, in the massive letters that are on the side, it says the Slightly Wins Casino.
Doesn't seem very encouraging for the gamblers.
And you can easily go inside. There's a stream of people coming in and out, most of them carrying drinks. Where are you headed once you're in?
Getting into this casino isn't the hard part. It's getting to the doctor who is probably behind the scenes.
Yeah, in the
Yes.
discreetly hidden doors that lead to that part of the building. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff in here is all mirrors and flashing lights and people cheering and playing games and things like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Do you see a gentleman sort of walking the floor, shaking hands with people? Handing out a few of the chips for the casino to people as he goes by. He's wearing a bright red suit with sharp lines and sort of a shark skin pattern on it.
What species are they? Do they look like they might be?
He's Ken Reeg, so
So-
he's got the green skin, the long black hair.
Perfect. And so he looks like he might be potentially a slightly or connected to the slightlies.
Yes.
That would be all right. And just a quick question too, because this might come up into play later. Is everyone who works here a Ken Reeg, or is it a variety of alien species all wearing the same uniform?
The variety of alien species wearing red uniforms.
Perfect.
Including some
that's something
robots.
we can work with.
Yeah, including some robots.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any indication of who is like management?
Yes, they're dressed in slightly more discreet uniforms. The pit bosses. Most of them are the Ken Reeg.
Right. I think that Graucom just is going to just walk up. He's going to see that person there, and I don't know what I'm going to need to roll for this. I'm sure I'm going to need to roll. He's going to try and bump into him without and like, oh, I'm so sorry. Just like bump into him and then walk off. The intent here is Graucom wants to get the scent of Ken Reeg in case he needs to eventually follow it to these hidden doors. So what would I need to roll for that?
You'll be rolling your survival,
Survival, I can do that.
and you get a bonus because you're using your sense of smell.
+1 on that?
+2.
It's 2, perfect. All right. 3.
And is that with the 2 already added in?
Yes, with the 2 already added.
Nice. You get a good smell of this guy, but it's not like you get a smell of Ken Reeg. You get a smell of the very expensive cologne that he's wearing.
Okay, so if I were to track, I'd be able to track him specifically, but not any general Ken Reeg in the place.
Right.
Okay.
But you could definitely track him specifically. The cologne smell is quite strong.
Okay. So, oh my gosh, I'm
and when
so
you
sorry.
Bump into him, he turns, he grabs your hand and he gives it a vigorous shake and he says, "Welcome, welcome to the Slightly Winds."
Oh, thank you so much. I apologize for bumping into you. That was my fault. I am so sorry.
He says, "No, entirely my fault. Here you go," and he hands you a 20 credit chip.
Oh, I'll have to bump into more people.
And
That's
he's already
very-
an expert in shaking their hand. So
That's a very sticky thing to say.
I'm just nodding in approval.
So yeah, you've got a scent of his perfume. It leads across the floor.
Okay. So then I think that what Graucom will likely do, since I can either follow it now. I'm going to tell them I've got his scent. I can either follow it now and backtrace where he came from, or we can wait a bit and wait until we no longer see him, and then see if we can find him. Because I don't know how long he's been out and about here, but as long as if we can keep an eye generally, stay in within his, keep him in our eye line while we gamble, drink, whatever, we can assume that if he's in our sight and then he disappears, he's likely gone out back.
I say wait until he disappears. Let's spread out a bit so that one of us can keep an eye on him without it looking like any one of us is following him too closely.
Sounds good to me. And I think I'll grab. I was gonna say I'll grab Rex, but I don't think if we are gonna split up, I don't think it's good for 2 Lassians to be seen together at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys are just split up. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, if we're gonna split up and go different places, then I would say not the 2 dog people.
How big is the casino? Like, I know that it's like, it looks bigger than it is because of all the mirrors and shit, but like...
It's actually quite large.
Okay, so keeping track of this guy is going to be a bit tough.
Yes and no. He seems to make a big splash wherever he's going. So
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because he's handing out chips, there's always a little crowd around him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we could probably pop from. I would say it'd be harder to pop from table to table. We could definitely pop from machine to machine. So when if you're sitting at the table, you're usually expected to be there for a bit, and you don't know how long your game's going to last. So I think that Graucom is going to find the nearest money changing station, and he's going to have his 20 chip or 20 credit chip or whatever it was broken down into the smallest unit that is usable in the slots that are around. Like the quarters, nickels, whatever the equivalent of that is. So he can kind of walk from machine to machine, pop it in, pull the lever, win some, lose some, move on.
Yes. And these are like all very complicated and flashy looking machines that you're going through.
Yeah.
So
and Graucom doesn't
really
gamble, so he has no idea what he's doing.
Right. You literally have no idea what you're doing. You're just putting coins in and hoping that something comes out.
Do I get to roll for these on random, by the way? To see if any of them pay out when I'm randomly putting coins in?
Just roll a straight +0 roll and let's see how it does.
2.
Okay. So you don't lose all your money.
All right. I'm making enough to let that 20 last a little longer than it would have.
Right. Yeah.
That's all I want. So yeah, that's gonna be my deal for now. Is I'm just gonna go off and do that. As if anyone's coming with me or if I'm going on my own, either way is fine. We're just tracking. We're not doing anything dangerous.
Yeah. Son is gonna try and well, she doesn't gamble. So she's just going to sort of wander around, maybe buy a couple of drinks. Really, really like beers, so that it's not like super high alcohol content, so it doesn't like get her sloshed or anything.
Okay. Yeah, so you're buying low alcohol drinks.
Yeah. And just following him very like from a distance, just sort of following where the splashes happen, not actually necessarily always having him in line of sight.
Okay. So you should make a stealth check.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say.
But you're going to have a bonus because it's very crowded in here.
Okay. What's my bonus?
+2.
Okay. And that's a 2, including the bonus.
Okay. So you don't think he spotted you, or if he has, he is not suspicious. So
Okay. That's all that matters.
yeah, Rex has found a spot that's kind of near.
Didn't get any of that, but
I didn't get any of that. You were cutting out real bad. Oh my god, Brendan fucking died.
Did I die?
You died.
hey, Twitch, why don't you decide where we're on the spot next to? Tell us where we found the spot next to, and we will. Oh, and this is actually a pretty good moment to tell everyone listening in podcast land, we're streaming on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv/nonproductive, follow the channel. We stream Monday nights very regularly.
There's no editing. Just exciting.
This is the podcast editing. Guess what?
All right.
Vote
so
now
can you
on
guys
your
hear me at
phone.
all?
Hey, there he is.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay.
So
Good.
where is Rex?
Rex went to a place in the center of the casino, which was sort of like a little gazebo raised up above the rest.
I know what gazebos mean in gaming.
And he's taken a seat at a table there where he's got a good view of most of the floor.
Sticky feels bad about what happened on the ship, and he realizes that he needs to sort of lay low. He doesn't want to screw another thing up this time around. It's kind of embarrassing. So he's just going to behave completely naturally. That means he's going to go gamble his head off and possibly get into fights.
Perfect. That's one way to get out back. is security escorting you.
So, what is your preferred method of gambling?
Larceny.
Larceny?
Yes.
So, sleight of hand?
I think more like counting cards and things like that, but effectively.
Okay. Yeah, so you cheat in whatever way is possible.
Exactly.
All right. So go ahead and give us a roll on that. Oh, a -1.
How is this
Owie.
I'm not terrible at this. So So basically, I want everyone to picture Sticky looking at his own character sheet. He sees average larceny, and then he sees good shoot.
Oh no.
Thinking about it, and then like a San memory thought bubble pops up and says, "Don't mess anything up." And also, this isn't an exact quote of what I said before because you weren't really paying attention. Oh yeah. Well, I guess you caught me.
Yeah, they call over some security guys.
Right.
And
I guess going along with the security guards is the right thing to do.
they're just going to escort you out of the casino at this point.
So I let them escort me out of the casino without fighting back. And
they do take a security scan of you on the way out.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Guess that's guess we're fine with that. I'm getting very nervous. I don't know if I should be more violent, less violent. I really I will I'm basically trying to be tempted for a faint token again.
Okay. Well, what have you got going on for violence?
Basically, it's either I go with them, it's not a scene. I'm just like a bad thief or cheater, and I'm getting kicked out, or I second guess myself and become incredibly violent and try to fight my way out of this.
All right. What aspects do you have that would apply?
It could be everybody's hero for behaving well and getting kicked out, or it could be let's do bad things.
Yes.
I don't know which is worse. I guess for me, what might be worse is just being kicked out uneventfully.
Well, that would be worse for the game.
Yes. Also worse for the game, yeah. I don't know.
I'll go ahead and give you a token for let's do bad things.
Yay! All right. So I guess
so they're leading you out the front of the building.
You were so close to having San actually be proud of you for showing restraint and being responsible and putting the mission before yourself, and then okay.
I'm glad you agree that I did the right thing for the game.
You did do the right thing for the game.
All right. I'm being escorted out, and in my head I'm like Stick's head, he's like, okay, so I behaved normally, did not call attention to myself, did the normal thing everyone does in a casino, cheat. Now I'm getting caught like a normal schlub, and I'm being normally escorted out of the room, and it's probably all part of the trap. This is it. This is a trap. I got a trap here. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to bite someone's ankle and sneak away.
Bite their ankle?
Yeah, to bite their ankle literally, and then scooch away. I'm not trying to be bite about it. I'm just trying to be quick and short about it.
Okay. So go ahead and make a fight roll.
I didn't use my guns because I'm still trying to behave like San asked.
3.
We got a 3 fight.
Oh
there you go.
God.
There's an artery in that foot.
This is so good. It's terrible, but like good podcasts.
Okay. So the two guys holding you are also going to get a 3, which means you're not going to do any harm to them, but you did succeed technically.
Okay, great.
Technically.
That is kind of what I was aiming at. So perfect. All right. So now I'm loose. I'm loose in the building.
Yeah, you're loose. Where are you going now that you're loose and these two security guards are looking for you?
Right. I got to carry this through line. What would a normal person do who just normally escaped from armed guards? A normal person would probably go to the restrooms and lay low there. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to the shitter because I added the at the end. It's not a swear. And then I am it's a noun, and I am gonna try to hide there.
There's no noun swears.
No noun swears. I'm maybe getting a little too into this character.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth roll to see if you can escape them.
All right. Yes, let's do this. And stealth.
2.
Nice. Better than nothing.
It is better than nothing.
Thirsty work, so I'm going to be leaving for the bar very soon. I've escaped the toilet.
Okay.
Gee.
I got a 3. So you scamper off to the restroom and duck inside there. And you're in there hiding in one of the stalls. When you hear the doors open, you can hear the footsteps of the guards coming in, and they start opening the doors to the stalls to see if you're in one of them.
Brendan, would any of us have seen any of this happening?
Oh yeah, you definitely saw there was a bit of a commotion when he was caught cheating.
Alex, that is my favorite comment in any role-playing game I'm in, is when a player has to ask the GM, did any of us see any of this happening?
because I think unless Brennan, I think Brennan may, I don't know how, I forget how compelling works in this. I think that if I were to see this, I would definitely be torn with my Sticky as part of my pack aspect. So if I'm going to continue ignoring the fact that Sticky's being thrown out and chased by guards, I think that, I don't know, do I have to roll something? How does that work?
No, you just get yourself a new fate point and you have to do something about this.
Have to go do something about it?
Yeah.
All right. So I think then I've followed them. So if they enter, I'm following in behind them.
Okay. Yeah, you follow in behind them. They're starting to look through the stalls for Sticky, who is probably standing on a toilet in one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm compelling my let's talk about this aspect because I did promise that I wouldn't go running off on my own plans all the time anymore. So even though this would be a golden opportunity to go and find Dr. Pepper, I have to consult with the others before doing so.
Right.
So
the only person you see is Rex.
Yeah. Well, no, I have to go into the men's bathroom.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
So I walk in, and then the door behind me opens, and Son walks in.
Yeah. The two security guards kind of stare at you as you come in. Son.
Yeah. Hi. Hey. Fido. I couldn't think of a fake name for Gralcom.
Fido works.
You said that exactly that way. Hey,
Fido. I need to talk to you about the Guy, our friend Guy, who we came to see. Have you seen him? Should I go look for him?
Are you talking doctor guy or little guy?
Doctor guy.
I think that you should go look for
The security
Dr.
guard
Guy
comes up.
while I take care of some business in here.
The security guards have stopped
Okay.
looking through the stalls and are staring at the two of you now. So, Sticky, you have the opportunity to make another stealth check if you want to squeeze through underneath one of the stalls to one of the ones they've already checked.
I've kind of got a vested interest in this story, but I'm gonna take advantage of that stealth check, and
That's a 30.
If that's the case, that if you successfully get into one they've already been in, I think Ralcom is going to, assuming the doors swing open towards those guys, the stall door, he's going to go up and open it and get into the same stall as Sticky and close it.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
You see, you caught sight of Sticky squeezing under there. They did
It's like,
not.
oh, excuse me, gentlemen, I gotta, and go in there.
and
And
Son
you go in and you
slowly
shut
backs.
the door.
Shut the door, yeah.
And Son slowly backs out of the men's bathroom.
Dick, what the hell happened? Whispering growl.
You talk. I'm not sure how to respond to this.
Like, what did you do?
Sounds like a bowel movement. You talk to me like you're making a bowel movement.
Ralcom drops his pants around his ankles. He's still got his pants around the ankles, and he's standing by the toilet. So if they look under the stall, it looks like he's sitting. And he's just sitting there. How's your night going, gentlemen? Yelling out the stall to the two security guards.
You're saying that over the top of the stall to them?
Yeah, basically, well, I'm yelling from the stall to them, like I'm talking to somebody else in the bathroom. How's your night going?
Yeah, they were busy. They went back to checking the other stalls, and then one of them's like, "Excuse me."
I don't know. It's interesting. You don't often see security guards looking in toilets.
They head back over, and you can hear their feet going back over towards where the door is, and they say, "Well, it's been better."
Have a good night. Good luck to you.
They're waiting by the door.
Are they waiting?
I start whistling to myself.
Yeah, that's fine. They're waiting on the inside of the door. Yeah.
Oh, inside of the door. Okay. I kind of mime to Growlcom. Give me your clothes, and I'll leave like I'm you.
What?
And I mime swapping clothes.
Growlcom just shakes his head. No, there's no way that'll work. Growlcom, I think while you're miming that, Growlcom is pulling out his pistol and putting it together. Then Shannon giving a shrug, like, "Do we do this? Like, what do we do?"
I message you over comms and say, leave and make a distraction that pulls security. Nothing too big, so Son doesn't get mad. And I really I'm really like, oh man, you really are thinking about your friends.
Oh, so then I undisp some of my gun, flush, I open, I shut the door, I wash up, do the whole thing, and look over them. Like, I pull out a chip and tip them, like they're the bathroom attendant almost. Like, thanks. And
neither one of them takes it. They just stare at you.
Okay. And as I walk out, I don't have any sort of bluff. I'm terrible at that sort of thing.
I like that Stick doesn't even conceptualize that you're bad at lying or anyone.
No, I know. I'm thinking, what would be something? Is there a waiter or waitress walking by? Can
Yeah,
there be a waiter or waitress walking by?
of course. Yeah.
I'm absolutely walking right into them and making everything spill all over the place right in front of everybody.
Okay. So you knock over their tray and knock everything
Oh,
down.
knock them over. Like
Knock them
I'm like
over.
looking at these. I'm purposely, if I can, I'm going to be looking at these guys, giving them a thumbs up and walking full on as hard as possible into the nearest waiter or waitress who's carrying a large tray of stuff.
Okay. That seems totally doable.
Mhm.
See how distracted they get. How on task they are. A 0. Okay. So, yeah, they both step out of the bathroom. One of them comes over to help the server up. The other one, sort of pulls out a handkerchief and starts trying to wipe the drinks off of you, Graucom.
I'm so sorry. I am all fingers tonight. It's 2 left feet. It's crazy. I am so sorry. But I'll pay for the drinks. What can I do?
One of them says, "Oh, don't worry about it, sir. Accidents happen."
Well, thank you so much. And thank you guys for doing your job. I really appreciate it. This is wonderful. It's the quick reaction time. It's so great of you to be over here and not there. And I start
And
wiping everything off myself.
Sticky, what are you doing while this is happening?
I'm loving it, but also getting out of the bathroom.
Okay. Let's hit me with another stealth.
1.
Okay. So you slip out of the bathroom behind them, just when Graucom starts saying, "I'm glad you're here."
Yeah.
And one of them remembers what he's doing and turns around and steps back towards the bathroom. You're able to hide yourself behind a plant, Sticky.
Okay. Ugh, plants. World's worst hideout gear. I don't know what I'm saying.
I think that I think Graucom is going to just be like, "Hey, did you guys just see?" and point the opposite direction and say, like, "Did you guys just see like this a tiny or Semonite run that way over there?" He was like booking it really fast.
Okay, give me a rapport roll.
I don't have that, so
The folly. You're too head. You. Oh no!
trying to distract them further so you can get out from behind the plant. You're stuck behind a plant. So can I use a fate point to give myself a boost on this?
Yes.
I'm gonna give myself +2 going into this. 2, thank God. I gave myself the plus. That's something. Yeah. So I'm aiming them opposite direction of where Stick is.
Sure. They both look that direction, and then Stick actually, you can book it the other direction.
Okay.
So Stick, you rush off the other way, and the security guards they seem like they're not sure that you're telling them the truth, but one of them sort of jogs over that direction that you pointed.
I guess it could have been like a kid or something. It was small and ran that way. I don't know. And, who let their children run around in a casino? I'm not sure, but well, what can you do? And I think, well, I'm going to go off and find Dr. Guy, and then start walking off and trying to find San.
Okay, where did you go after this, San?
So Son went to go find the doctor.
Yeah.
Because,
Yes.
She got permission from her crewmate to run off and do her whole Jackie Chan thing. Not her Jackie Chan thing, but, essentially go off on her own to find this person. And so she, using the distraction of the guard, she's going to try and get into a back room.
Okay. So you're going to try and get into one of the back rooms.
Yeah.
Do you have stealth?
I do. It's not very good.
Oh, let's have a roll.
All right. I rolled a 2,
Okay.
and I'm going to up that to a 4 with stay off the radar.
So you're in a quiet white corridor in the back of the building, and down the hall you see someone in a red uniform stepping into a doorway. His back is to you.
Okay. So I can slip in with him, or
You could follow him into the room that he went into, or you could, explore the corridors.
hmm. Are there any labels on the door? Like, does this one say medical office? Does this one say, bursar or whatever?
There do not appear to be labels on the doors apart from numbers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay. When you open the door, it looks like a break room or something. There's a whole bunch of people in there with uniforms on.
Okay.
When you
So
open the door, they all look up at you.
yeah. I say, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I'm really lost. I was told to see Dr. Pepper, and I guess I can't tell my way through in these corridors."
Okay, you can roll a rapport for lying,
Yes,
and you're good at that, right?
I'm very good at that. That's a 6.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay. So one of the guys gets up and he's like, well, you're on the whole wrong level. Doctor's up on level 4. And he points down the corridor towards what look like some elevators.
Thank you so much. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to barge in on you. And she will turn around and head towards the elevator.
Okay.
Do you pass that information to us, or are you keeping that to you? Either way is fine for drama, but it's
No, Son will text y'all.
all right.
She's got, let's talk about this. So she's like trying to keep you up to date on everything.
Fair. And I think once I get that message that is 4, I think that I'm going to see if I can't backtrace. I'm trying to think if I should go see Rex first, or if I should go backtrace the scent to find whatever corridor door is available, or just find an elevator and go up to the 4th floor. Yeah, you know what I'll do? Is it a casino hotel combo?
Yeah.
I'm going to go find the regular elevators and head up to the 4th floor. And I think I'm going to try and find a way back through there where there might be way less security.
Okay. So you're gonna go up to the
take a regular elevator 4th floor
and
like
4th floor. Yeah.
And then when I get up there, we can reconvene me in a bit if we want to cut to other characters. But that's gonna be my plan, is to go see if I can't, find some back doors up there through cleaning staff quarters.
Where did you end up going, Sticky?
Well, I was tempted to go to the bar, but I feel like I should probably stay clear of the casino proper. So I'm gonna see if I can make my way into the vents and go like as if I was one of the people who worked in the casino, and use vents and back rooms and all the staff and service areas to look around.
Okay. So you're gonna crawl through the vents. One of your classic moves. So, Graucom,
I have an idea, and you can tell me if this works.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in a lot of places like this, where you'll have the elevator go up, and the elevator actually has a door in the front and the back. The front will take you to the like the hotel hospitality side, but the back elevator, when that opens, it usually need a key to open it. And when like the staff will go in, they put in their key and it opens the door in the back and it lets them into like whatever's on that floor in terms of offices and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I would like to see if that's the case and see if I can't jerry rig the door to open the way I want it to.
Okay. So you're going to try to bust it with engineering.
Engineering, yes. I want to engineer with use my jerry rig to see if I can't bust this door open, and then get the door to open as if I'm an employee walking in. So do I forget? Do I do the engineer and then add during my initial roll, or do I just add +2 after?
Do your engineering on and add the +2 when you're rolling.
Okay, so add 2 as I roll.
Yeah.
Okay. 4.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get it to do that, and you were trying to do it on the 4th floor?
Yes.
Yeah. So you managed to get it to open up on the 4th floor, but it is a complete wreck. You know, anybody
Oh
who
yeah,
was
no,
here is
the
gonna be able
elevators.
to tell that you did it.
100%. That's fine.
The elevator is stuck opening only onto the back side at the moment.
Well, that's a mechanical issue they're going to have to deal with.
It's clear somebody tampered with it, just so you know.
Oh yeah, that's fine. And yeah, so I'm going to start walking around the 4th floor, and if possible, I'm going to do it as I'm going to act like I'm supposed to be there, just like walking confidently. And if I see any of the red coats that the staff were wearing, like behind a chair or something like that, at any point, let me know, because he's going to take one. If that's something I can find.
Yeah, you actually, when you come in on this floor, there's a large room that is actually labeled a door that is actually labeled lab. And, besides that, there are a number of what look like lab coats, except that they're all red.
Awesome. I put on a red lab coat.
Medical practice. The reason you wear a white lab coat is so that you can see things like blood, because there are germs in that shit.
I'm sorry, everyone is color coordinated at a Slightly establishment.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it tells you a lot that they don't want. I think that it's very good security practice, because people can't see the blood of the people you've beaten up to throw out of the casino. So I put on.
You don't know how many diseases you're spreading. You don't know like what kind of germs are on you. What if you walk out of there not knowing that there's blood, and then you take that and you infect somebody with it? Like,
as you can tell, a lot of things happened to us in the last few months. We haven't been broadcasting.
Graucom takes off his regular, whatever coat he was wearing for his everyday person disguise, and puts on the long lab coat, buttons it up, and looks for like the equivalent of like a clipboard or something to walk around with, as if he. Oh, and does it have large pockets? Yeah. Does it have large pockets on the inside of the coat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I'm going to assemble my gun completely and put it in there, so I don't have to take the step to do that.
Okay.
In the future,
you can slip it in one of the pockets. There is a key card.
Perfect.
Pad on the outside of the door.
Do I see any sort of key card in my space here?
No.
Okay, so I either need to find somebody and take their key card, or try and engineer some magic again. I don't have computers. I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound. I have one more fate point. I can try and jerry rig this. Or can I only do jerry rig once a match? I forget how that works.
Take a look.
Ooh, and I'm going to have to be AF.
Is multiple times, but I may be wrong. Yeah.
I have 6% battery remaining on my computer, so
Do
I'm
you-
gonna have to go get my cord in a minute.
We're about done because it's
All right.
almost 8:30.
Well, then, whatever happens here, I'm sure nothing dramatic's gonna happen when I try and either get through this door or not get through this door.
You don't need to spend a fate token on it, and you
Oh,
can
I
use it multiple
don't?
times. Yeah.
Oh, well, then I'm gonna give myself back the fate token I just used a second ago,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna jerry-rig this door.
Okay.
There's gonna be no doubt that somebody's not supposed to be here, but at this point, the 4.
4. Okay. You've got it jerry-rigged so that you can open the door when it opens from the other side.
Oh.
So I can't get in, but once I'm inside there, I'm good.
Well, the door opens from the other side as someone is coming out. Meanwhile, you've got this thing all taken apart.
So can I not use it to get in then?
Oh, you could.
Okay.
But there's a person standing there looking at you while you have it all disassembled.
Oh, I was gonna say this thing's broken.
All right. Go ahead and make a rapport check.
Yeah, I'm not good at those. I use that fate point now.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it. That's a 4 on that.
Okay, what aspect are you calling on for that?
I'm gonna go with questioning whether I'm a good boy or not.
Okay. You're definitely not a good boy in this case.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
This does
I'm
not seem like a good boy activity.
No, should I?
I'll let you use the lab code actually if you want.
Oh yeah, then let's use the lab coat. Can I I can tag the lab coat as my?
Yeah.
All right, I tag the lab coat then.
Because you've got a disguise basically.
This thing is broken. Look at this. And the elevator, like, I'm sure you can see the elevator.
Elevator.
Yeah. Like, do you know what's going on?
Call attention to more of your crimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 4. I'm good.
The person sort of looks at it and says, "Yeah, it's completely fallen apart."
Oh, it's weird. Well, anyway, and I walk past them.
Yeah, and they sort of hold the door for you, looking over your shoulder and then saying, "What fake name did you give, son?
Fido.
For yourself?"
Oh, for me? Oh no. I didn't give a fake name. I don't think. I just said I was lost and looking for Dr. Pepper.
I know, but if somebody decided to call in and have someone let you in, what fake name did you give?
Sarah.
Sarah.
You pronounce that.
Sarah.
Sarah.
It's
Sarah. It's pronounced
Sarah.
a Sarah.
Sarah.
A Sarah.
A Sarah.
Please, someone put this down on their campaign notes so that we can do it month.
Because we're not going to remember that next time. But the person then says, Sarah, right over here.
Cool.
And you see Gralcom walking into the room with a lab coat on in front of you.
All right. I'm going to ignore him to keep my cover.
Right.
And go over to where the person indicated I should go.
Yeah. She's ushering you in through the same door.
Cool.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. So I'm just going the opposite direction. Great.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
This is not a disaster in any way. Everything's going exactly according to plan.
Meanwhile, Sticky is somewhere in the venting system.
Yes. Somewhere. Oh, Sticky.
He does know it's on the 4th floor, so he probably climbed up to there.
No, it's on the 4th floor. Yeah, so I go with the attendant. What do I see?
A lab, lots of computers and equipment and various light emitting devices and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a woman who seems to be in charge, an Arsabaran woman, looking at monitors of people on the floor of the casino. And she says, that one there, see, he's about to get up from the table. Try procedure 6. At which point they flick some lights and devices, right? And then the guy, as he's getting up, seems to think better of it and sits back down at the table.
Okay, not cool.
That's pretty cool.
I don't say that out
really
loud, but okay, real quick, out of character question, what were we looking to find out from Dr. Pepper again?
We're trying to find out what happened to me and my crew that was connected to why are they hunting down our people, and how is that connected to Operation 27 or whatever it was?
Uh-huh.
So
okay. I don't know how to spin this, y'all. This is gonna be a toughie. Yeah, so I'm let in, and I presume this is Dr. Pepper. So I walk in and I say, Dr. Pepper, it's so lovely to finally meet you. And I hold out my hand for her to shake.
Call it there for the night.
Okay.
yeah, perfect. 3% battery remaining.
Yay!
Uh-oh. We did it.
We did
Got through an
it.
episode.
We got through an episode.
Oh.
Hooray!
And again, follow us on Twitch, where we're doing even less editing. And in some cases, actually editing what's on the screen while you watch it.
I wrote down my fake name so that we don't forget it.
Nice.
I also wrote it down phonetically. And
Me too.
I'm definitely going to think that's a sci-fi name when I read it next time. I'm like, Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Now I remember.
We're gonna need to. We're gonna have to find a child's lab coat for you, Stick.
I'm all for it. Hey there, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Dungeon Not Included. If you did, please tell a friend and leave us a 5-star review and encouraging comments on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really does help spread the word for new shows like ours. You can follow the latest from the Dungeon Not Included crew on Twitter at DNI Crew, and over at Facebook at Dungeon Not Included, or at our home on the Non-Productive Network at non-productive.com/DNI Crew, where you can find articles, character sheets, and Patreon exclusives, as well as our latest episodes. Thanks!
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.